Hey, hey, hey. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got a Monday. We get the chat up here, and then we'll discuss UFC 296 and what the hell happened. Dun, 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 dun. Fellas, how goes it? Let's get this chat popped out so we can get cooking here. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Hope you like the tunes. I sure do. Alright, here we go. Maybe we'll turn the tunes down a little bit. We're cooking. On it. Damn it. Okay, here we go. Good God, this thing. My chat needs to pop out here. Now I can't even pop my chat out. Hey, 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 Troy Allen in the building. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's run over some of these UFC results here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll pull up what I'm pulling up. Dude, this pop-out chat keeps disappearing on me. It's pissing me off. All right, we'll pause these tunes for a sec so we can get serious, or I'll just at least turn them down a little bit. They're already turned down. Here we go. UFC 296. What the hell happened? Okay, you guys want to start from the main event? We'll start from the main event down. Colby versus Leon. Colb's looked rusty. I mean, he did look rusty. Usually, like I said before, going to a new team. Can you guys hear me good? Good. Going to a new team, 2 years off, the striking coaches watch him sparring, and they're like, we can clean him up a lot. We can clean him up. We can have him stand there southpaw, hit mitts nice and clean like a boxer. Be sharp, not duck his head so much. But then that took away from his game plan, I believe. Watch some of his old fights. He'll duck his head and fucking throw nasty hooks. Duck his head, throw nasty hooks. Duck his head, shoot into a double leg. He was barely doing that. I don't know if he came in thinking like, hey, there's a good chance I can outstrike Leon. But he wasn't really faking his shots. A couple times you saw him change levels, come up with a 3-2 and look sloppy, but I think he tried to improve and change his style, but in my opinion, those coaches just stuck with his style and just got him in good shape and kept doing what got him there instead of sharpening up. Also, the 2-year layoff. Also, Leon is so sharp. Watch him. Any good striker, you watch him. His balance is so perfect. His weight's going back and forth. He's not hanging on his front foot. He's not way off balance when he punches. He's pushing off his front foot, waiting for that person to overcommit. Waiting for that person to overcommit. So anytime Colby would come forward, he would just shuffle right out of range perfectly. In a perfect stance, back to his feints. Back to his shoulders, back to him stutter stepping. He just looked good. I don't think it was really that Colby looked that bad. I do think he tried to change his style a bit with that new team, but I think Leon is just that sharp. He's been with that coach for a long time. Their team is on a roll. A. Burns, thank you for that donation, brother. A. Burns says, afternoon, Timbo. Prelims were pretty dang good, but after Emmett, Bryce was a little bit uneventful. I'd like to see Leon stay on top, though. Yeah, it was. Okay, we'll go next. Alexander Pantoja, Brandon Royval. Pantoja just looked good on the ground. He kept getting on top of Brandon Royval in half guard, which is on top and half guard is one of the best positions for people in MMA. If they're wanting to ground and pound, if they're wanting to keep someone down, sitting on top in half guard, sitting on top of that leg, they need that leg to get up. So if you're sitting on it, they can't get up. If you're in side control, now they can bump, go to an underhook. They can bump, get their guard back. There's a bunch of things they can do. Pantoja just kind of out-jiu-jitsu'd him. He just looked a little stronger than him. And just kind of tuned him up. Yeah, he is good on the ground. He's sharp. He's strong for that weight class. He looked a lot bigger than Brandon Royval. Okay, here we go. Shavkat, Ravmakov, Stephen Thompson. They said he came out with a hurt stick. They said he had a hurt foot that he needs surgery on, but he pushed through. But props to Stephen Thompson. Stephen Thompson's an old dog now. And you see the older dogs at heavyweight do all right, but you don't see many older dogs at those the lower weights, 170 and under, do super great. But his takedown defense was superb. You can't say that. Shavkat looked way bigger, way stronger, got deep in shots. He had that waist ride against the fence a lot too. Against the fence where he has that far waist. And that kind of stuff zaps your energy. If you're Stephen Thompson on the fence, you're sitting there wearing that guy's weight the whole time. But Stephen Thompson did so good at defending those shots. But later on in the match, round 2, 4:56 left. The Shavkat's just power and strength and being just relentless on that takedown. And then the squeeze. I mean, his squeeze is probably insane. I know. I wonder what the UFC is going to do at 170. I'll look at the rankings here in a second, and then we'll keep talking about the card for a sec. Tony Fergs made it a fight. He made it a fight, but God, he looked brittle. He looked brittle. He looked like he was just weathered and aged. He made it a fight, though. He made it a fight. Paddy Pimblett got it done. Paddy's 21-3 now. What do you do for Paddy? Maybe put him against Drakkar close. That's my boy. I don't know if the UFC will do that because Drakkar's a bad matchup for him. Paddy's a big star. Maybe give him another guy off the Contender Series or something. Because you can't really put Paddy against anyone in the top 15. You just can't right now. Especially because it's not like Paddy was this last couple years just improving, getting better. He was doing those surgeries. He was dealing with his shit too. So he wasn't really training, getting better. And he didn't look super improved. But he did take out Tony. I mean, Tony made it a fight, though. God, I hope Tony retires. I hope he retires, and I hope Bare Knuckle doesn't come and offer him $250K or Karate Combat come and offer him a bunch of money because it's like, come on, Tony. When do you accept? How do you accept? Like, oh, my God, age. I'm a little bit older now. Why don't I save my last brain cells? Why don't I save them for a bit? For maybe when my kids get older or when my wife gets older, I can still be coherent. Hopefully he's got people that care about him that are telling him, come on, Tony, there's another life after fighting, hopefully. And then Josh Emmett, Bryce Mitchell. I hate to say it, but I called that one. Bryce Mitchell, 10 days notice. It's not Josh Emmett just fought for the title. He's an elite dude. He's an elite athlete. He trains at a good gym. He was training for Giga. He's in shape, 3 rounds, fast, explosive. His reaction time's probably really good. Bryce Mitchell was probably straight from the farm, maybe training once a day, taking care of his cattle, doing stuff, getting a little workout, feeding the cows hay, taking care of his farm, maybe training in the nights for an hour and a half. And then you're fighting someone like Josh Emmett on 10 days notice. That was the nastiest right hand I've ever seen probably in MMA. It reminds me of God, who's that fight back in the day? Literally threw the exact same punch and it smoked this dude. I forgot. But Bryce Mitchell, that was scary when he was convulsing. His jaw's got to be sore today. He's got to be sore. But that was like a punch with those little machines that you punch and get the score. That was like a punch. You get to load up and you get to punch that thing as hard as you fucking want. You get to walk into it and launch an overhand. And that landed clean on his lips. That was so gnarly. Sucks for Bryce Mitchell. Hopefully he can come back. I mean, I'm sure he's going to be able to come back, but just take a little while off. Let the swelling go down. Heal up. Don't beat yourself up. God damn it. That sucks because I like Bryce. Alonzo Menefield. Dustin Jacoby was piecing him. I think that third round lost it for Jacoby was piecing him up, jabbing him. Looked like he was going to put him away. But then strong, explosive, light heavyweight, 205 pounds, probably around 225 at least in there. Explosive dude, 4-ounce gloves. He hurt Justin Colby in the third there. And then Cody Garbrandt, Brian Kelleher. I figured this was going to happen. At the weigh-ins, it looked like Brian Kelleher just looked like a little bit nervous when he was looking in front of Cody. Like, he looked nervous and almost like a little bit scared to be there. Could have been that mullet, too. That mullet. I mean, that was more of a skullet. You could see the 5 o'clock shadow of the cul-de-sac, and then he had that skullet in the back. That just didn't scream confidence to me. I don't know. Cody Garbrandt looked confident, looked bigger. I thought that was going to be a good matchup for Cody Garbrandt because it's not like Brian Kelleher's so phenomenal at wrestling or so phenomenal on the ground. Cody definitely had the speed advantage, and Brian Kelleher was shorter than Cody, so it's going to be rare that Cody's got the reach advantage too. And Cody got the KO. Good for him. But I always think, remember when all those guys were giving TJ Dillashaw the most crap or the most shit for going to Dwayne Ludwig's? Unless I'm missing something, but Cody Garbrandt left Team Alpha Male to Vegas, and he didn't get that crap. I wonder why. TJ Dillashaw had to do what was best for him, go with Dwayne Ludwig, and it was this uproar like, whoa, you left the team? You piece of sh-. And then Cody does. A couple years later, he dips on the team, and it's no-ish. But who knows? I'm going to take a sip of my cold brew here. What else was there on the early prelims? There was Andre Feely got it done. Good for him. Good for him. Nice kid. Athletic. Fun to watch. Okay, so I'm going to go to the UFC rankings and see what's next for Leon. I have no idea. Is it Bilal? Is it Bilal? I want to know if that Colby would have showed up against Masvidal, would Masvidal been able to take him out? Or was Colby that confident just because he trained with Masvidal before? Okay, let's see here. At 170 pounds, we got Kamaru Usman still as number 1. Leon beat him twice. I bet Usman stays at 185 pounds. He looked huge at 185 pounds. Jacked, ripped at 185. And he's getting a little bit older. I bet you he stays at 185 pounds. Could be wrong, but we'll see. Gilbert Burns versus Leon. That's an interesting fight. And then Shavkat at number 5. Stephen Thompson went down. Shavkat went up. So those are the options there. Leon beat Kamaru twice. Poked Bilal in the eye. I don't remember what was happening before that fight. Soneman told me that Leon was piecing him up. I don't really remember. So it really does. It looks like Shavkat's the option. Shavkat and Gilbert. Someone was saying Leon was talking about going up too. You know, I think Sean Strickland's a big dude. He's a big dude. I think him versus Leon, I mean, that would be an entertaining fight if Strickland can get through Duplessis. Sean Strickland, I mean, he's all jokes. Even in the backstage though, he's like I respect Sugar. He's like, that kid's the real deal. He's like, I joke and I talk shit, but that kid's the real deal. He's a nice dude and he's a character. Strickland, he got fired up by Duplessis. That definitely made the press conference entertaining when that all went down. And he said, "You didn't get under my skin." Oh. And then at the fights, getting into a little scrap with him. It looked like Duplessis was in on a shot, so I was surprised Strickland wasn't dropping elbows to the back of his head. Boom, boom. He was still trying to punch him, and Duplessis, it looked like it was in on such a far shot that it didn't even get to his head. So that was interesting. Yeah, but still, Harry, who does he fight in March? Because Gilbert got booked with Magdalena, UFC 299. So is it going to be Bilal? It might be. Let me look here because they announced some other ones for Shug's card. Vegas, we had a good time. Didn't go crazy. I had this broke foot, so Didn't go crazy. My main focus when we were in Vegas is like, just don't fuck my foot up more. Don't be dumb and tear it again. People tear these Achilles again. They get it repaired and they tear them again. Usman is in a tough spot, but I think he should stay at 185 and try to win the belt there, I think. What do we got upcoming here? Okay, we got... Damn, they announced all these? All the way to... Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. No, that was in the past here. Here's the event schedule right here. Okay, we got Magomed, Johnny Walker coming up. And this is sooner than expected. Sweet. Sean Strickland versus Duplessis in Toronto. Roman Dolidze. So they're really stacking UFC. Okay, so UFC 298 is the next banger. Ilya. Guys, Ilya is short. I'm telling you right now, Ilya is way smaller than we thought. Seeing him in real life. And then you watch some of his fights. You watch how short. He doesn't fight tall either. He's short. And I think for Bryce Mitchell, he dropped his stance a little bit more because you get a lower stance. It's easier to defend that wrestling. But his legs are really wide. That dude is really short. That is a winnable fight for Sugar. I'm telling you guys right now, there's a chance Sean could knock Ilia Topuria out. He's short. He's orthodox. And that style is good style for Suge. And even versus Bryce Mitchell versus Ilya, I rewatched that recently, and Ilya's over swinging on Bryce Mitchell. It's not like Bryce Mitchell's really good with his range and stuff. And Ilya's boom, boom, swinging and missing on Bryce. So imagine if he overcommits and starts over swinging on Suge, he'll probably get dropped. Let's pray it happens. And now we got MVP Kevin Holland, Harry Newman. Thanks for reminding me of that. I'll pop that up here. I'll pop that up here in a second. Yeah, Volk versus Topuria. I mean, I like Volk so much, so I'd like to see him come back and win. But just for our sake, and it depends. Volk did get knocked out. I wonder if he's back to sparring. He's probably not. He's probably smart enough not to be back to sparring quite yet. Letting his brain heal up. I mean, I'm excited to see that fight. Chances are, I mean, Volk's going to probably whoop him. But if Ilya does win, man, that's going to be sweet. It's going to be sweet. We got to take care of this fucker first, though. This lazy-eyed guy here. Marlon versus Cheeto. But they did announce some fights here, so let's look. So we got Macy Barber, Caitlin Shishugin. Big Curtis Blades is on the card. Sweet. Matthias Gamrot versus Dos Anjos. Damn, that's a good fight. I didn't even know that got announced on that. That is a sweet fight there. And then our brother Kyler versus Pedro Munoz. We're going to be helping him with some tips and tactics on that one. Kyler's tall. He's really, really athletic. Really good at karate. This kid is hard to take down. He's a good black belt in jiu-jitsu. Pedro Munoz, solid everywhere, but short. Good calf kicks. I think Kyler might tune him up pretty good here. So they didn't put it on there yet, but MVP versus Kevin Holland. It's going to be a sweet fight. Sweet to see Kevin Holland in the mix. For sure, 100%. I don't even know on that fight. We'll talk about it the closer it gets. Oh, Aldex. Sean was supposed to do a stream. We were supposed to go to the UFC PI, and Neon was going to be there to do a stream and some content stuff. But he had to do some other things, so we weren't able to get over there. But Neon's probably not going to be allowed in the UFC PI anymore after that little thing. And I think it seemed like Neon was joking a little bit, but they obviously didn't take it as a joke. Rusty Colin, we've already started. We've already started. That's the job. I mean, all we have to do is train. So if we're not training, we're getting bored doing dumb shit. So TJ Ryder, 14 months, baby, black belt now. After you get 12 months, you get the black belt by your name, guys. Ian Gary on the Miami card too. And did they pick his opponent yet? Fuck, I thought they did pick his opponent. Who did they say Ian Gary's fighting? Now we got Ian Gary. Oh, God. I don't know, Adam. I think it'll be tough. I think it would be tough for Bilal to be taking down Leon. I don't know if that would happen. Okay, the Giddy Hour with the donation. Thank you, Giddy Hour. Love you, Tim. I'm going to AZ in 2 years to train at the MMA lab and your jiu-jitsu gym. I'll also be going to UFC 299. Super hyped to see you guys. Thank you, brother. We'll see you there. Oh yeah, Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal. What's Jeff Neal's? Where's he at right now? Kind of streak. That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight for Ian Gary. Jeff Neal, I've always been a big fan of this guy. Explosive southpaw. Okay, so he's coming off a loss. So he's 2-5 in his, or he's 2-3 in his last 5. Damn, I forgot he KO'd Vicente Luque. I'm curious to why they didn't put Vicente Luque back with Ian Gary. Dana said in the presser that Vicente Luque said they offered him a bunch of matches and he said no. So who knows? He could have been dealing with the injury. He was just going to get through this fight. Now he's going to get that injury fixed. Or he's like, I want to fight sooner. I don't want to. You go through a full training camp at a full weight cut. I mean, it's going to take some. It's going to take some serious time off your life. I mean, not time off your life, but seriously, the fight camps and the weight cuts, they take it out of you. Doing anything good for Schmitty's birthday? No, we'll probably just chill out. We got training tonight. Normal day. West, we've met Mike Perry before. We've hung out with Mike Perry before. He is just a cool dude. He's exactly how you think he'd be. Just a nice dude. Just tell he's just built for fucking fighting. The karate combat was sweet though. They said someone said the Saudis bought it. Saudis. I'm fitting this a screen real quick. Someone said they bought it, so I think they're paying out some good bread. So we'll probably see a lot more good people in that karate combat. Benson's an animal. That fight could have went either way, in my opinion. I don't really know the judging criteria, so when I was watching that fight, I don't know what the judges are looking for. I don't know how much they count for those takedowns. But it was a sweet event. It was a sweet event in that little pit. It was big pimping. We left a little early. We didn't have security at the time. We didn't have security at the time, and you got all these guys, these 35ers, these people coming, and they're wanting to make a name, so they're wanting to start some issues. And I'm on one leg right now, so I can't scrap. I can't really scrap really well right now, so we kind of dipped a little early and just watched them at the hotel. What's your honest opinion on how Sugar your thoughts on how Sugar handled himself at the presser? Those pressers are hard, you guys. You want to be witty, you want to do all this stuff. People are yelling, the crowd's yelling, so you got to get your things in at the right moment. Those pressers are hard things to do. But I thought he did good. I thought he did good there. Yes, there is grappling karate combat. As soon as the guy hits the ground, you have 5 minutes to boom, 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 boom. Yeah, 5 seconds to ground and pound him. And then they stand you right back up. It's a pretty freaking sweet rule set. It really is. But a lot of the guys were wearing like puffy gloves, like puffy MMA gloves. And it looked like the co-main and the main were wearing just pro MMA gloves, like 4 ounces. Looked like the other guys were wearing 7 ounces to me. Did good not. I mean, yeah. That's like I said, especially if you're in a presser with Sean Strickland, it's not going to be easy to get any words in. Adam Rogers, thanks for the dono, brother. Get Schmitty 10% body fat and pull some broads. Schmitty did all right. He did all right. He was sucking face with a pretty cute girl, and he did all right. He's risen. He's working out. He's trying to get going here. Real quick, I'm going to go over the rankings in UFC. Okay, for Pantoja, man, the flyweight is just not super stacked. Ryan Weldon, what did you think of Paddy swinging chin up? No defense, or is he skilled? I told you guys before, he does float his chin, and every time he throws his right hand, when that right hand comes back, that right hand's sitting at his armpit, and his chin is up When he backs up, a simple thing when you're striking, when you're backing up, you never should get taller than you were before. Sometimes Sugar does. Sometimes Izzy does. Remember Anderson used to do that too. But like Sean and Izzy and those guys, their range and their eyes are so good. They're getting out of there quick and they're fast twitch. But if you're not super fast twitch and you're backing up and your chin's sky high, you have no idea how explosive this other guy is. And you have no idea if he's disguising something really low and how quick he can cover distance. And hide something low, boom, and then come up top as you're backing up with your chin up. So it's a matter of time. Unless he fixes that, he's going to get KO'd. With all my guys, I try to fix that early on so we don't have to lose the hard way and get KO'd flat. Backing up, you should never get higher than you were before. Dylan, yeah, he might. I feel like Cheeto's going to come out, try to wrestle, try to abandon it, and he's going to come out and probably stand there and try to leg kick, try to counter, try to stand there a little bit, and got to be ready to go for 25 minutes to just bounce knuckles off his face for 25 minutes. Paddy's still young, though. The thing is, I don't know if... Hopefully his coaches are trying to fix that, but some people, I've seen it in fighters too, some people, as soon as they get pressure put on, they get their chin up, and I've seen it with fighters before, very good fighters. You can't fix it. You can do whatever you want to try to fix it, but it's just something in them. They back up and they like flinch and they get their chin up. I've seen people try to fix it for years and remind them every single time, don't back up with your chin up, and they still do. So I don't know. We'll see if he fixes it. If not, he's going to fight someone who's really, really good and explosive at coming forward and who's really good at hiding a good left hook or overhand right and put him down. Peter and Song Yadong, Declan, I'm pumped for that fight. That's going to be pimp. Real pimp, brother. All right, guys, I am going to eat lunch right here. I'm going to eat lunch, and then I'm going to play a little Call of Duty in a little bit. And I'm going to head back to the dojo. We got no-gi jiu-jitsu and gi jiu-jitsu tonight. Tomorrow I got physical therapy. Wednesday I'll do the pod. And we got a pretty full week, so. Colby Wonderboy. Well, how Colby was fighting right there, I think Wonderboy would be a tough match for Colby. I think it'd be tough. Depends. Paddy versus Bobby Green, they're not going to do that, I don't think. Bobby Green's a fast, explosive, fast twitch dude who's going to be able to find that punch. I'm really curious to what they'll do with Paddy next. Rezi, I'm gonna play Call of Duty today on YouTube, probably just for members only. Thanks, A Burns. Matt, yes, Ezra's been helping a ton with this. So far, we've been sparring Ezra. It's been good. Thanks, Louis Smith. Yes, Zrich, the coffee shop's open to public. Come on in and have yourself a coffee, brother. All right, guys, I thought I'd just pop in, chat with the brothers for a little bit, and that's it. Hope you guys have a good day.